I respect the perspectives of conservatives or liberals, and I value what people have to offer. The thing that is limiting is when people are too rigid and oppose, or when they demand their own definition. And for example, with liberals, the way they define things, they think they can override the conservative stance and perspective. But it's better to value the steadiness of the conservatives and realize they're not going to change, and there's no cure to overcome the intolerance or the intolerant perspective of the outside world that people choose. Sometimes people do choose to be oppressive, especially when moving into small towns. But as a parent, you need to realize you're constraining your child, whether liberal or conservative. They have to adapt with the culture that is provided, not the culture that the parents are from. For example, east of LA, that would be a totally different culture compared to the Pacific Northwest. And there's nothing wrong with admitting the stress and the constraint that you grew up with. But you have to realize you don't have the cure. You don't override what your children are having to cope with. And maybe you are hard, and maybe you are beyond, but you have to still accept the limitations and not demand affection from small town people. And don't be invited when you've opened the world up to harassment by thinking liberal definitions overcome the intolerance.